Rolling over an IRA to a 401k is a common practice. What are a couple tips to ensure that you do it successfully? I've got that and more coming up. My name's Mike Bernard. I'm the host of The Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. Lots of people, when they leave one employer and move on either to retirement or to another employer, it's going to make sense to transition or roll over that 401k into an IRA. You're going to want to work with your certified financial planner who's doing comprehensive financial planning to confirm that is the right strategy and all the reasons why, and then make the decision, both tax and investment strategy and so on, what to do with those dollars. Now, the common language is rollover, okay? And that's sort of the normal vernacular. However, a rollover or direct transfer, those can be different things and have different nuances in how they're handled, how they should be approached. I've got three tips to help you navigate some of the complexities or uniqueness with transitioning or rolling over a 401k to an IRA. The first is, when done correctly, this rollover or transfer should be a non-taxable event. And that's why work with your certified financial planner to ensure that there isn't anything strange or unique going on in your situation, and that it actually does happen smoothly and remains a non-taxable event. Anytime you're rolling over your 401k to an IRA, the representatives are going to ask you, or if you're doing it online, a prompt will pop up to ensure that you see this special tax notice right here. I've linked it below as well. That is a lot of jargon and a lot of words to essentially explain to you what your rollover options are, and then point out, here's how you make sure that this is done in a not taxable way. Because a rollover should not be a taxable event, whether it's pre-tax to pre-tax, whether it's Roth to Roth. I'm going to hit that next, but it should be a non-taxable event. Now, even though we call it a rollover, it's really a transfer, and it can be a direct transfer or an indirect transfer. You're going to want to do these rollovers as a direct transfer, where the money goes directly from your 401k directly to your IRA. Thanks to technology, a lot of this can be done electronically. The other way to do that is where your 401k issues you a check, sends you a check to your 401k, but the check is made payable to your IRA. It is not made payable to you, Jane Doe. It's made payable to your IRA, Jane Doe's IRA, and at whatever the custodial, whatever the company is. You don't want that check payable to you. That's where a lot of tax challenges and some mistakes, especially with taxation, are made. So you're going to want to do a direct roller or direct transfer. If it's indirect, you've just got to go through an extra hurdle to ensure that it is not that it's not a taxable event to you. That coming up in another tip. Second tip is, if within your 401k you have some pre-tax and some Roth hours, if you have mixed use or different sources within your 401k, you're going to want to make sure that when you make that transfer, make that rollover, it goes to the proper or the like kind account, taxation account. So your pre-tax dollars, you should roll over into your pre-tax IRA, traditional IRA. That would be your pre-tax and your company pre-tax. So the match dollars. Your Roth contributions should go directly to your Roth. And if you happen to have a third type of contribution, after-tax dollars, not Roth, but after-tax, those should go to your Roth as well. The growth on those after-tax to the pre-tax IRA. So if you only have pre-tax money, great, no issue, that will go to your traditional IRA. If you only have Roth money, that'd be very unique, very rare, but if you only do, then it will just go to the Roth IRA. If you have a mixture of the two, just know that some dollars should go to the pre-tax, to the traditional IRA directly. Other dollars should go to the Roth side directly as well, to the Roth IRA as well. Within your 401k, that can all be combined into one account and one balance. You might not even know how much is pre-tax, how much is Roth. But with IRAs, there's a traditional IRA, and that is separate from your Roth IRA. The dollars need to go into the appropriate taxable type of account, tax type of account. Many times people will ask, hey, can I roll over my 401k into my Roth? Well, it depends. The Roth dollars, yes, you should go right there. If you try to shift from the pre-tax dollars in a 401k into the Roth IRA, that's a Roth conversion. Can you do it? Well, there's a couple steps involved. Should you do it? That's a different question. For the most part, have the pre-tax dollars go pre-tax, have the Roth dollars go Roth, have after-tax dollars go Roth, and the growth on after-tax dollars go to the IRA. And then the final tip, I already sort of alluded to this one, and if you do an indirect rollover, where the 401k gets cashed out, and this can happen if your balance is below a certain amount. Some 401ks say if it's below 1,000, they're just going to send you the money. If it's below 5,000, they'll give you a chance to roll over, and if you don't do it within a certain period of time, they're going to send you the money. I'm not sure the rules with your plan, or if you're just unaware that you should be doing a direct roller and you do one that's indirect, they're going to cash out your 401k and send you the money, and you've got 60 days to get it into an IRA. Two challenges with that. When they do that, they're going to withhold for taxes. They are. There's a mandatory requirement to withhold for taxes, and that means the check that you get, the cash that you get at your disposal, is less than the amount that was in your 401k. If you then take that net check and just say, oh, I got to put this in my IRA, and you do that within 60 days, that's fine, but the chunk that went towards taxes is going to be treated as a distribution. And if you're not yet age 59 and a half, it's going to have an early withdrawal penalty as well. So you've got to be, I would just, one tip is going back to that first one, I would make sure you do direct transfers, direct rollovers. Doing indirect creates this wrinkle, creates this risk that you're going to have dollars that are accidentally withheld, and you're not going to be able to make up those dollars with other resources to put the full amount, appropriate amount, into your IRA to satisfy the rollover. Now, the other wrinkle, the other risk with this is you can only do one 60-day rollover every 365 days, every year. If you're transferring multiple 401ks from multiple old employers into an IRA, you would have done more than one, and that's in that 365 days, in that year time period. That's a no-no. Or even if it's just one, you lose the ability to do a rollover at any other point for the next year, and that can limit your choices as well. So those are a couple of basic tips to make sure that you do this very common maneuver, a 401k to IRA rollover, appropriately, and avoid some of the pitfalls or some of the mistakes that others can make. Make sure you're working with a certified financial planner to confirm it's the right strategy, number one. Avoid these mistakes, number two, and take advantage of these tips that I've shared and any others as well. Work with your CFP on that. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with K, wisemoneyshow.com. You can find us there as well, or send us an email, info@korhorn.com. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.